You know, it's 2013. You've just reported good results for your matric results. Why start saying that people are criticizing your department for political agendas? Who exactly are you talking about here?
Well, I think what is most important is for us to know that the department has had serious, challenges in the past few years, but most in particular 2012. Which necessarily did not collapse us, but we have been able to pull through without any failure despite all those difficulties. I was just making a broad statement of characterizing what we have gone through as a very turbulent environment during the academic year 2012. Like I said, broadly and most importantly, is for us to have been able to pull through without any failure despite all those difficulties.
But surely you are in a position where you are going to do some sort of introspection, review your own performance last year, given the textbook saga. It was no small story, just in terms of the importance of what happened in Limpopo. Speaking to the Basic Education Minister yesterday when I asked her about this, saying, we're wrapping up a good and successful year for you in terms of the matric results, but one can't ignore the Limpopo textbook saga. She said the province should have done something about it. It was not up to me.
Well, I don't think at this point in time it will be very helpful for me to go back to that environment where we would want to be pointing fingers at each other. Most importantly is for us, like I said, to take note of what happened. And all of us involved in the matters of education, I think we have learned lessons coming from all levels of leadership. But at this point in time, it's for us to be able to take the province to where it's supposed to be, in as much as we have started last year with the actual preparations for this academic year 2013. And that responsibility is a joint responsibility between my department and as well as the National Department of Basic Education.
Do you personally take any
matters on record that I think we've done very well so far in preparing for this academic year 2013.
Just before we move on, but do you personally take any responsibility for what happened?
No, like I'm saying, it will not be very helpful for me to go back to that situation where we'll be pointing fingers. A lot of things have been said. A lot of efforts were put, including commissions which investigated, and I think so far all of us are more than very clear of what could have been the problem. Last year, I did take a responsibility and really apologize to the people of Limpopo, South Africa, for what has happened in the province. But like I say, at this point in time, it would not be very helpful for me to go back and say who was wrong, who was not wrong. And I think the processes that were put in place revealed exactly where the problem could have been, and understandably, necessary corrective steps would be taken at an appropriate time. For now, going forward, we need to really give confidence to the people of the province and really create an environment conducive for learning and teaching for our children so that they don't find themselves clouded and stressed by things that are beyond their own, imagination.
So how do you intend to do that? I mean, you had an improvement from the 2011 matric results, 66.9% in 2012, and the fact that 15 of the 27 top achievers for 2012 came from your provinces. Do you credit that your schools are doing something right?
This is an evidence of what Limpopo province and the department is capable of doing. We are a province of excellence in maths and science. We are a province of stars. We are a hard-working province. Like I'm saying, despite what might have happened, this is a clear balance of evidence that, vindicates all of us that all said and done, if things could be better compared to the previous years going forward, we can be in a better position to, in fact, even perform more than what we have achieved last year. So I'm very excited and very happy that we have been glorified by the grade 12 class 2012 amidst all difficulties that we've gone through as a province.
Your province is still under administration. How does that impede or help you in terms of achieving some of these goals?
Well, I just want to indicate that we have our administrator in the province, Mr. Mzwandi Nemetsos, a very capable gentleman whose levels of commitment cannot be doubted. Myself and him are working very close together. We meet quite often. We are directing the department in the right way. And I'm quite confident that this Section 100 doesn't bring hindrances, it doesn't bring inhibitions, it doesn't bring frustrations and difficulties. It is a complementary effort that makes us to be able to move forward.
Mr. Masamula, your line is unfortunately breaking. I'm going to see if I can... The major problems pointed out by the report compiled by Wits University Education Professor Mary Metcalf into the textbook saga was that there were structural problems. Administratively, it was pretty much impossible to do a lot of things. Are you going to tackle that?
Well, whatever investigations, whatever matters that are put for attention, like I said in my speech yesterday, that any other matter that will bring to my attention will not be left unattended to. We're going to be inspecting all our systems, including as well having a discussion with Professor Metcalf, because she worked in the province, produced the report. But most importantly, it will be for us as well to have a conversation with her so we can go much more deeper into what appears in her report with a view to correct and probably, tweak and twist systems where there might have been crooked and be able to take this department what it's supposed to be.
Thank you very much for your time. That's Limpopo's Education MEC.